Yo, what's up guys, Shujinkydink here, and welcome to a video all about Mortal Kombat 11. Thought I'd make a little recap video about my time with the game this past weekend. It was a lot of fun, it was great. And if anything, I'm way more excited for the game now than I was before. So I just want to start off by talking about the netcode. The netcode was amazing. Like, it felt like playing offline. You know, it's within just like a couple frames each way. It was incredibly responsive and just awesome in every sense. I did find that it lagged a little bit consistently the first day, but it was mostly on victory poses, which I thought was weird, because that's when like the least amount of stuff is happening. So outside of that, there weren't too many issues outside of people who are quite obviously on Wi-Fi, so you know, which is kind of to be expected. But yeah, all around, super impressed with that. As far as the three characters they showed us, didn't bother even really looking at frame data because that's just going to check or change so much. But every character felt strong in their own different way. I can't really pick one that I would say is like the top tier of the three in this build, because I didn't get to play a lot of top level guys during the build. But I'm told that Scarlet was like amazing in the right hands. And Baraka, of course, seemed to have, as far as damage goes, Baraka seemed to be the damage character, which totally makes sense to me. Of course, being the way that Baraka is, just as a character. So, and then Scorpion, of course, was, you know, he has a teleport, you can't really zone him. And his mix-ups with the Misery Blade were incredible. So, it'll be interesting to see what changes, if any, they make to that, because it did seem a little bit strong at some points. As far as some of the new things that they have, like the wake-ups were awesome. I like the way that the wake-ups work. The air escape, very controversial, although it does take 2 bars of defensive meter. You know, it does become kind of a mind game of whether, you know, you're going to drop your combo or keep your combo going, something like that. So I didn't really care too much either way. I mean, I can totally see why some people think it's a little bit too overpowered and needs to be adjusted, but we'll see what they do with it in the final release, or at least in the beta, because it sounds like in the beta we're gonna get more characters than was in this one. How many? I don't think they said, but Ed Boon did tweet it out. So mind you, he's a massive troll, but that didn't seem like a troll tweet. He has his troll tweets every now and then. So. Yeah, changing the amplify to just a universal button. There were some moves I never did get to amplify because I just never remembered to do it in a certain amount of time. Like Scarlet's back forward 2, you had to amplify it like as soon as it hit them, and it had to be on hit. And every time I was using it, I kept forgetting that it was an option, so I have no idea what it even looks like. But I did like that aspect of the game where it's not always just like, you know, EX at the beginning of the move. You know, you can kind of play around with it. So that was a lot of fun, actually. It was cool to see all the different moves and whatnot. Here's a beefy Baraka combo. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the gameplay. Crushing blows. I like the way that that they work. They seem to add a lot of extra damage to combos. A lot of them are starters. So, like you saw there, that could have been a starter if I would have got like a forward 4 off of it. So I really, really like the way that they work. Some of them do a lot of damage, and some of them seem to be pretty balanced. I can't say that I really saw one that was, I would say, inherently broken. There was a couple that surprised me that I died off the damage, but some of them have really weird inputs. Like Scarlet's, one of hers is to hit her like 22 frame overhead 3 times in a row, and then you get the crushing blow. So I'm sure there might have been maybe even a few more that we didn't really even get to use much in this build, but either way, again, we'll find out. So, Fatal Blow. Very interesting technique. They made it unsafe, which I thought was weird. I thought that it was supposed to be kind of like a safe thing to try and get you off of, you know, help with a comeback, you know, but obviously they thought otherwise, or maybe they found something in testing that was a little bit too overpowered. So, yeah, I don't know. Interesting change. Not really sure how I... Yeah, that's that. Not sure that there's anything that I haven't really covered yet, as far as I do want to talk a little bit more in depth about all these topics. I'm just trying to list them off just as I'm going right now. We will be doing the Bonehawk podcast this Friday at 9 p.m. Central Time, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, where we're going to go into everything that there is to talk about this, as well as the seemingly rumored Kotal Khan Kombat cast this weekend. So if you're bored, we'll be streaming it live, probably here on YouTube, and you can come check it out. But if you had any questions... Oh, two more things I want to talk about. Sorry. Movement felt really good. I loved the footsies, the kind of spacing back and forth, really trying to get within the range of a move or bait out your opponent's move. The movement felt absolutely amazing. Dashes could be a little bit quicker, just for, quality of life, I think. I don't think it's absolutely necessary, but we'll see. Anti-airs felt almost non-existent. Outside of a down 2, I got maybe 1 or 2 standing 1 anti-airs, but again, it's hard to really say something like that off of 3 days of playing. So when we get into the lab, we'll be able to try things out and test out hitboxes. We'll know a little bit more about it. That's why it's very important to not be too skeptical this early on. And combos. Of course, there are combos. A lot of people, again, I saw were complaining about saying the same 3 combos over and over again. And again, that just goes back to we've only had 3 days to play it, so I mean, just don't, don't freak out yet. When a couple weeks goes by and people have had the game out, and maybe you still don't see combos, then maybe that would be a point there to, to worry. But outside of that, we have to remember how much time we've had to play the game. So anyways, guys, that's it for my little rant. I hope you enjoy this. Again, if you have any more questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll be answering them all for you. Hashtag Big Dink Energy and all that stuff. I will see you guys on the next one.
Accept your death.